Hey, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Courtney.
We're exploring our past
Looking forward to our future.
and living for the present, all
All
while
while learning
learning how
how
to
to
live.
live magically. We're off to a great start. Didn't I just hear a little bebe?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
If you hear him crying, no, you didn't. He should put himself to sleep. If
It's
not, I don't know what we're gonna do.
all right. Maybe he wants to make his second appearance on the pod.
He might make an appearance, but we'll see.
We're gonna make it happen.
Kyle's like in a meeting, so we're just like winging this, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's fine. We've
But
done
if you hear,
worse.
am I one of those parents that just like lets him cry it out? Maybe.
Are you?
To an extent.
That's impressive, actually.
Like if he's like screaming his head
Yeah.
off, then okay, yeah, I'm gonna go save him. But like
Yeah.
if he's just like whimpering, he's fine.
Yeah, I feel like it's harder on mom than baby. Most times, many times.
And then dad, like
Yeah,
I'll
yes.
be like, I'm gonna go save him, and Kyle's like, he's fine. And I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Well, I tend to like look at the clock, and the second he starts crying, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna give him till this time, and then if he doesn't
yeah.
stop by this time, then I go rescue him. But a lot
Smart.
of times he ends up putting himself to sleep, so it's just kind of like it's fine.
Yeah. I think they just like want to see what they can get away with, right?
Exactly. But then I'm also like, he's only 2 months old. So is that what he's doing? Or like, is he that smart? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't that's a tough one.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you figure out what works for you.
exactly.
So what's going on? What's happening?
A lot, but also not a lot.
Feel
I don't know if I told you last time. I know I sent you a video, but did I talk about the Disney Broadway series on here?
no, you did not.
Okay, I didn't think so. Well, I couldn't remember. I had the distinct pleasure to see Cassie Levy and oh my God, Patty Murin
Hmm.
at Epcot, and it was their first time performing together ever since they were like in the show. They're Anna and Elsa on Broadway. They
Amazing.
were like the originating actors. And I've seen Cassie like 10 years ago on Broadway in a musical called Hair. And we
Ooh.
like we did like a standing room only situation on Broadway. It was wild, but she was like so good. We like waited at the stage door and met her. So it's just like really cool to see that she's like
Yeah.
still crushing it and like having success and whatever. Um, but the show was so freaking good, like
It,
amazing good.
it was like during the day.
The one that I went to was at 6:30, maybe 6:45.
Oh,
So
the sun's still out by you at 6:30.
yeah, yeah.
Shut up.
They do like a 5:30, a 6:45, and an 8 something.
Oh.
Yeah, and they performed, I think, four different nights. And I do the Disney on Broadway concert series a lot because I love Broadway and I love Disney. So like it's a natural fit for me.
Duh.
I also like think it's so underrated that you pay like hundreds and hundreds of dollars to go see these people on Broadway, or
Yeah.
you can just like walk into a casual concert and see them.
Dad just wants
Maybe.
to rescue him.
Oh,
Wow.
Dad. What a sucker.
I know. Sorry.
That's all right. But they were so good. They did, of course, Frozen songs.
Yep.
They sang one of the songs that has been added to the musical, like since the album came out, so I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And they did a Greatest Showman
I
number,
was
which
just
was really cool. They were also the first like female duet to sing at the Broadway concert series. Usually it's like a male and a female.
yeah.
So that was a really unique dynamic. And they did like a song from Tarzan that's usually sung by men, but they did it by women. And like it was really cool. So
Yeah.
loved that.
Amazing.
Yes. Also, last night, actually, Victoria and I went to Disney Springs because I've been like stalking their stories because January is like health and wellness month
I know.
here. And
You
yeah, I did a fitness class last Friday. It was sponsored by Fabletics, and usually the Lululemon ones, you get like amazing prizes, like a gift bag when you
like a
go.
grab bag, yeah.
And so I've never been able to get into the Lululemon class, but I got into the Fabletics class and I like did it. It was hard. It was a bar class, but like it was fun. And then at the end, I like checked my gift bag and what is inside? An expired coupon.
No.
Yeah. So I was a little bummed out about that. But I know I was like, dang, I really only came for the free stuff, but
What kind of
whatever.
reward is?
Yeah. But actually I like super teched myself out and got into the Lululemon class that's this Friday.
Yeah.
So it's a boot camp class, not
Oh my
yoga.
God.
I know I'm a little nervous about it.
I hope you better get a real good reward bag out of
Right,
that one.
I know. I like want the good stuff. I'm here for the good stuff. So like pray that I survive and also that there's good stuff in the bag.
Yeah, you'll have to keep us posted on that.
I will.
How do
But
you get into those classes for those that are local?
yeah, so if you're local or if you're going to be here in the month of January, they did it last year also. Disney Springs will post to their story every day, and every day is a different like health and wellness tip. And sometimes it's a fitness class, and then you go on to like Eventbrite and sign up for it.
Got
And
it.
sometimes it's just like, a breathing exercise or like some other digital format
So
or like
they don't go on sale at like a specific time. You just have to be on the lookout.
you just have to like know. Yeah.
Got it.
So
Got it. Very
it's
cool.
like a little bit like the Wild West, but it's been fun so far.
Amazing.
And another one, so since I'm like stalking their page now to find these Lululemon classes, I saw like last week they posted about, I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's L'Occitane. It's like a French beauty store that's in
Okay.
Springs. And I've always like loved their hand lotions, but I didn't know they did skincare. And they're doing not just for January, but any time during the year, apparently, you can get a free mini facial in
Ooh.
store. Yeah. So Victoria and I signed up and we went last night. Each of us were like treated or seen for 30 minutes, which I thought was a lot.
For free.
For free. It was done by like a licensed esthetician.
Holy crap.
So yeah, that was super cool. I will say that we had a little bit of I did at least had a little bit of sticker shock when we actually like looked at the products to buy. Like a serum was like $160.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm like here for expensive beauty if it works. And like my skin felt awesome. So I was ready to buy, but that's too much. I can't
That's
do it.
a lot.
Yeah. So
Yikes.
that was rough, but she was really knowledgeable and had a lot of tips. They have like 6 different lines, if you're like acne prone or anti-aging or whatever.
Yeah.
So she like really knew her stuff and gave us really good treatment. So I would say it's like a fun thing to do. And to sign up for that, you just have to call the store. So yeah, they don't have it on their website, but if you just look up like the Disney Springs location, you can call the store and they'll tell you their availability. You can just like book a spot.
That's crazy that it's 30 minutes. I thought for sure it'd be like they
Like 5
call it
minutes.
a mini facial, but it's just like, here's some test products or something.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. She went through like everything with us. I felt like a new woman. So
That's
it was
amazing.
really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
So
that.
you're into that. And then after we were gonna go to Summer House, but it was busy. So we actually went to this place that I've never stopped at before called I think it's called Teppanyaki or Yasaki. Yasaki.
Sounds Asian.
Yeah, it is Asian. It's
Okay.
like near-ish Planet Hollywood, and it's just like a hut, not a hut, but like a standalone little square store, like very small. It's
Okay.
near like a Wetzel's Pretzels and a Haagen-Dazs. So they're
Yeah.
like all very small little standalone containers. Anyway, we went there just to like look at the menu and whatever. And we ended up eating there because they had bowls and the bowls were $12.
Wow, that's a
Which,
steal at Disney.
yeah, I feel like that is a true steal. I'm gonna like scream it from the rooftops. The bowls, you could pick like a rice or a green, and then you could pick a protein, and then toppings, which I elected for every single topping.
Duh.
Because they were free. It wasn't like per topping or like limit
Yeah.
3 or whatever. I was like, give me all the toppings. And then they had like a million sauces. They had like yum yum sauce and ginger sauce and whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, it was super good. It was like packed to the brim and $12.
you can't even get Chipotle for $12, which is what we
I
have.
know. I know. I was like amazed. I loved it. They also had some sake drink options, and they had like that really cute. I don't know if you've seen those like fish ice cream cones with like red bean ice cream in them. They're like really
No.
cute, but I don't know what red bean is, so it kind of freaks me out.
Yeah,
But like they're very Instagrammable, so people were into those.
that's
And there was
crazy.
no line. Yeah, and it's like right by the little stage, so there was like music and entertainment. It was cool.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know.
Love that.
That's all my Disney fun. What about you? What's been going on?
I feel like I have nothing.
Well, I'll talk for you. You
Okay,
just released Taylor Swift collab Disney Pixar shirt.
sure.
What do you mean, sure?
I mean, I guess it's like Taylor Swift. It was more like for Swifties, the friendship
Well,
for the
yeah,
Swifties. I don't know.
even cooler.
Yeah,
It's like subtle. It's not like, yeah, it's like you definitely have to like know what you're looking at to know
that
all the
for sure.
references for
Yeah,
the Taylor part.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
But
but I
so
thought
cute.
like I think he'd be so cute to be in Disney. I mean, in Toy Story Land and like rock that shirt.
Yeah, and it's very primary colors, which is something that you don't do a
I
lot.
don't do that ever.
Yeah, so I thought that was a neat concept.
I actually, yeah, because I told you, because I had talked about doing a design with like friendship bracelets, yada, 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 to you. And
Yeah.
then did it. And you're like, you never showed me this. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I really like it. But I think I don't really, it's because of the colors. It's just so
Yeah.
not stuff that I do. But then people really seem to like it. Like I got a lot of great feedback on Instagram.
Good.
It didn't
It's
sell as
cute.
much as I expected for the feedback that I got. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's like a hard line to walk to because like of course we want people to be supportive and like loving, and Instagram support is
Right,
everything. And like
right.
but we also understand that you can't buy literally every single shirt that you come
Absolutely.
out with. But it's nice to know that like it's not a failure, right? It's like
Exactly.
a good, people liked it, it's cute.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's a
very
win-win
cool.
no matter what. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
like it.
that was different, unique. And I mean, I guess I got creative because I have like 4 designs in my back pocket here that's I'm making come to life.
What do you mean?
Like I feel like I went through a little spurt there of I had no designs whatsoever to design and do. And then all like last week I came up with like 4 new ones.
Do we know about all of them?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, well, why don't I know about them?
Well, I sent you one last night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw it this morning. I saw it this morning.
Okay, no,
Um,
you responded last night, so that's not
did
true.
I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I looked back at it again this morning. It is so good. It I'm sorry, I'm like dumb. It is the best ride of all time.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna.
give we'll give some hints. Best ride of all time.
Yeah, it's a
That
very like not, I would say not your typical style of
no,
design.
but I really liked that.
Yeah,
And
I love it.
I think men can wear it.
That's just what I was gonna say. It could go very unisex.
Look at me go.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I think that's on I was able to squeeze it in my like printer schedule like for next week, so it'll be here soon.
Amazing.
I got so excited about it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, anywho, so that's that. What
Yeah.
else? I really, we got football.
Mhm.
That's about it. Or can you believe our wedding anniversary is next weekend?
No, no, I
That's
cannot.
mind-boggling. Hey, I have a random question for you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Do you have house plants?
Like indoor plants?
Yeah, that you're like supposed to keep alive,
Yeah, of course.
and you keep them alive?
Mostly.
Oh, good for you.
It's definitely taken a lot of trial and error to learn like what will live where and why. I get particularly heartbroken. We have a money tree. I'm looking right now at it. We have a money tree. And every time like a leaf dies off of it, I'm like, oh no. So
Yeah. I'm not really one of those people that can keep plants alive.
are you
And
trying? Why? Yeah. Why do you ask?
well, so we have to, so after my mother-in-law passed away, people send you sometimes just flower
Yeah.
arrangements, got like two literal plants.
Yeah. I think plants are actually cooler because they stay
I mean,
alive.
they're cooler because they stay alive longer, so you have them for longer. But I'm like, guys, we have like a newborn, and now I have to try to figure out how to keep these things alive too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of them I like incorporated into my TV stand decor,
Okay.
but I'm like trying to keep it alive, and it's like just dying on me.
Oh no.
And then there's another
Do,
one that I don't really know what I'm going to do with it because it's like pretty big and I just don't know where to put it. And I want to put it in my breezeway, but it's like too cold in there right now. So I'm for sure it will die in there. But
yeah.
I'm just, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Like my mom said this one was supposed to be easy. You just
Well,
walk,
let me give you
come
some.
back to life and it's not coming back to life.
Oh my gosh. Um, my first question would be, do you know what kind of plants they are?
uh, well, I threw away the tag that came with them. So
Right, because tags are ugly.
yeah. So now like, I, I don't know. I'm just looking at it right
Oh,
now. Like I go through and I do what people say to do. Like you water it and then I take out all the dead leaves because like
yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do. I've heard. Still, I just don't know.
There's like a lot of things that can go wrong with plants. They can get like underwatered, overwatered, disease, a bacteria. Yeah, they can like go
Okay.
through it all. But the best thing I can recommend, I know you're not like a chat GPT gal, but they also make like apps. So chat
Oh yeah,
GPT,
and like
if you have four, you can just like take a picture and it'll be like, this is what it is, this is what you do, blah blah blah. But there's apps like Plant ID, I think is one.
maybe I need to do that because this guy is struggling.
Yeah, yeah, you need help.
Yeah,
And
and
sometimes it's easy, like you just put like baking soda on the soil or whatever.
I'm gonna have to look it up because this one actually does look cute in my like mantle decor. So I kind of do want to keep it alive.
Yeah. Do you notice are the cats like interacting with it? Sometimes cats
Yeah,
and plants are like
yeah.
weird.
This stupid one on my mantle, Bruin eats and then throws up. It's not great.
I was gonna say also make sure it's not like poisonous because a lot of
Yeah, I
plants are
probably.
poisonous to cats
I know.
and dogs. Come
Bitch.
on.
I know.
Wow.
Anywho, all right.
That's all right. You'll get better. You gotta
That's all I got
practice.
for you.
I love it. You're a plant mom. You're a mom.
At least I
You're
keep
making
the
it
kid,
happen.
right?
Yeah.
Priority.
Yeah. Speaking of your anniversary, do you have any plans?
We're just gonna go to dinner. My mom's gonna take Brooks and we're gonna go to
Great.
dinner. Our little spot that it's like our first date spot, and then that's like the same
Cute.
spot that we went before he proposed. And then so now we just kind of make that our like we only go there for like special occasions,
Cute. Yeah. I love that.
So we're gonna do
And
that.
like, when are we gonna go to Vegas? I say we because like I'm inviting myself.
You tell us.
Actually, I had tickets in my cart to go
Oh
this
yeah, to see
last
Meg.
weekend. Yeah, to see Megan, but like it fell through. But
You should have.
so jealous. I know.
We're
Actually, what?
Ooh, Kyle got him down. Kyle, Courtney wants to know when we're gonna go to Vegas.
I do it tomorrow.
He'd go tomorrow.
Let's do it. I'll settle for Atlantic City if we're trying to do nearby, but like, let's go.
We're in. We are going to like in Connecticut, there's casinos. So we're going to spend our first night away without baby at the
Yeah,
end of February. We're going to Mohegan Sun. And
nice.
we got for like Christmas, this is what we bought each other. We got tickets to Matt Rife. Have you heard of him, the comedian?
No. Okay.
He's hilarious. So we got tickets to go see him, and we're gonna stay
Cute.
there, like hit up the slot machines.
I love that. That's so fun.
And there's a hash house, a go-go there. So
I love that place.
yeah, so good.
Yeah.
But we're so in for we're in for Vegas. It's funny because like we all know how stressed I was about like everybody going to Vegas for our wedding and that
Yeah.
people want to go. And now I have you guys asking when we're going back to Vegas.
Yeah.
April and Ryan, more so Ryan, is like, when are we going back to Vegas? My brother, he's ready.
Yeah.
Ange and Reed, we're all ready to take another trip to Vegas. So,
Well, you throw a hell of a party, so
but it's also just Vegas. I feel like
I mean, it is Vegas, but like I don't know. I feel like that could go a lot of ways. You picked like okay, we stayed in multiple hotels first
True.
of all in like 2 different parts of town. That was cool. You knew like where to go, what was cool, what was
not really.
affordable.
Well,
what
that was like
yeah, but like that was cool. Like that hotel we stayed at, the Aria, legit.
yeah, that was a good one.
Like a really good one.
That was a good one.
So I think you're smarter than you know.
We're
at
I mean we're
Vegas.
well, I mean I have to line up a babysitter because we can't take the baby to Vegas, but my
Well,
mom's
yeah, your mom's like built in.
yeah.
And I'm just surprised Kyle hasn't been like banging down my door because the Super Bowl and Megan.
To go. I know.
Like,
Well, because like Super Bowl now for him is like also crazy busy with work.
oh, that's fair.
Yeah. The pros
Um,
and cons to working in sports, I suppose.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of this is secret or not. I don't know if it's like public knowledge, but you know, there's like an annual owners meeting
For
for football.
what do you mean?
Like all the owners of all the teams like get together and have like an annual owners meeting.
I don't know if I know about this.
Oh, yeah, well, it's a thing. And Megan obviously is working it. And so we like know the location and I'm going. And so is my friend Stephanie, and so is our friend Santina.
When like wait, so are you going to Vegas?
No, this isn't in Vegas. This is like
Different.
after the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Wow, I'm just thinking I just had like this is where my mind went. We needed Megan to be doing what she's doing now last year because they like the Pro Bowl, maybe she didn't do anything with the Pro Bowl, but the Pro Bowl was in Vegas, remember the weekend of our wedding. And
Yeah.
that's why
No, she does them all. She did like all the college bowl games. She's doing like the NFL combine. Like shit I don't know anything about. She's doing the draft.
so cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
But she would have known the information that we wanted to know last year when they were all in Vegas.
Oh yeah, like the her of last year probably planned that Top Golf thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Anywho. All right.
It's a fascinating world.
Very. She
Yeah.
probably knows where like Taylor Swift's gonna be.
Yeah, maybe. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Right. If the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, which I don't know if Taylor's going to be able to go because she has a show in Tokyo Saturday and the Super Bowl will be Sunday. But with the time change, she would be able to like fly and get there, but it would just, she'd be so tired.
Well, her plane might have a bed in it.
Well, duh.
So like tired schmired.
I know. I'm just saying it's a lot.
It's the Super Bowl.
I know, but then she'd have to fly to like Australia next.
I mean, that's fair. But she's done worse. She like is a champion about
I feel like
air
she would
travel and
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you.
oh god.
What do you we're off track. What do you think it was like if you listen to the pod from like our first episode, our first few, like you were not a Swiftie and you would just like roll your eyes at me over my love for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I just need like I don't need a long whole explanation. I just want to know like what it was for the non-Swifties listening that just made you like convert in a second to be like a Swiftie.
It's a hard one to answer. So we're in 2024. When did we start the pod? 2020? No.
No?
I don't know. I feel like
Uh,
we've been doing this a long time.
tw- I guess we've probably been almost doing it for
Oh,
2 years because
yeah.
it had to have been shortly after I got engaged because we like announced where we were going to have the wedding on the
Yeah.
pod.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I
So,
remember your bachelorette when Midnights came out.
yeah, so that was like a year and a half ago. Well, last, not this past October, the October before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 So I remember like you guys, like you and Ashley especially were like super hyped about Midnights.
Yeah.
And I was like excited, but not, I didn't like get it. And like Paris was my favorite song. Now Paris is like my least favorite song from that album.
Oh my God,
I know,
still my fave.
because it's like love and
It's so cute. I love it.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know what happened or why, but like AJ and I just like listened to Midnights a lot in this house, like a lot. And like
So,
always skipped Snow on the Beach, no offense. But other than that, all bangers. I don't know why. It just like hit. And then you introduced me to the Rep tour on Netflix, RIP. And I like loved that because I had never seen her. I mean, I'd seen her live, but like when she like played the guitar and
yeah,
she's not
yeah,
like
yeah.
a dancer, but now she
Yeah.
like performs.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. And I don't know. I know I was like into Evermore, but I didn't like I listened to Evermore every time I would go to the office to pack orders because it would take me like
Okay.
one album to like get through a certain part of
Okay.
orders. So I don't know, it just like
So
grew. And then the
midnight,
tour,
midnight's really like won you over.
Midnights, yeah, is like probably my top, one of my top. I can't say top album anymore. They're like all pretty good.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then you felt the hype of the tour and you were like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I definitely felt the hype of the tour. Even when the tour started, I remember that was when I was working at the retirement community and like a coworker got tickets to Tampa, I think. And she was like so excited. They were like on their phones, like emergency, trying to get it. And I was like, this is wild. Like, why do people want to go to this so bad?
Yeah.
Whatever. And then I don't know if it was like the TikTok, how people are like live streaming it or like
True.
how, I don't know. I just got like really into it.
And I mean, I'm not taking all credit. I think actually more of the credit goes to Victoria over this.
I think both of you. Yeah. You
So,
both are like my Swifty Sherpas. So thank you.
okay. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the Disney portion of the pod. Are you ready?
Snooze. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. And this was like a little last minute, so I didn't get to go back and look, but somebody wrote to me and reminded me like we missed like 4 attractions on the
Oh, we did.
but the funniest one that we missed was Winnie the Pooh, which I think is like the reason we started talking about this in the first place.
I think so too. Yeah.
So real quick, what's your vote on Pooh?
It will be gone in 20 years. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What do you think?
I don't know. People are so like Pooh, the A.A. Milne shit is like so rooted in history. Like people love it. People grew up
We're
reading it to
talking
their kids.
20 years. I
I
think
know,
he's
but like
a thing, but I don't know if that particular ride is going to be in existence.
we'll see. Well, yeah, I mean I could go either way on it. I really don't have a definitive opinion. I think the like touching of the honey wall was like maybe the most dated decision that they've ever made because like then 2020 happened and now like nobody wants to touch anything. So
Correct.
it's
Yeah,
like,
but like at the time, did the place
right,
was
nobody
already
cared.
filled with germs? Like, did they really think anything of that? Come on.
I actually, it's not that I wouldn't do it again with you, but I was sending you those pictures of us from Trader Sam's. And there's like a picture of us and like you, me, and AJ all have a straw in a OA, I think, like one of the
Yeah.
drinks that's like massive. And we're all just like going at it, drinking at the same time. And it's like, I don't know, like 3 days before my wedding or something. Like very
No.
close to COVID. It was like late 2019.
that picture was?
I think so. I gotta pull it up again. Because like
Oh,
it
I
did
thought
not
that was
age well.
before.
No, I think we went twice.
No, I think this is irrelevant. I'm pretty sure those pictures you sent, that was like 6 years ago.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
Okay.
I'll look. I'll look. But I was like laughing so hard because like
We need to preface that whole, you send me pictures, you'll just like randomly send me a picture of us from
yeah.
years and years and years ago. And she does this all the time. And like, I remember the memory that went along with the picture, but I have no recollection of the picture, not because I was like drunk or anything. Just like I
No.
don't remember this picture being taken. And you
Yeah.
just, I don't understand how you still have so many pictures that I don't even know about. It's so funny.
Yeah, I love them. I have that feature on my iPhone that like shows random, like on this day in history or like
Yeah, same.
moments at Epcot or whatever. So they'll just like pop up and then I like go down a rabbit hole looking at like the whole trip or whatever.
But they're
And
so random.
they are so random and they're
It's
so
so
funny. And yeah, I love them. I just actually came across ones we did at Art of Animation.
Oh, those
Like,
are classic.
they're classic because the walls there are so beautiful. And we were like, ooh, content, like walls for your shirts. And like,
That
let's
was
do
like
it.
8 years ago, probably.
And I made you do like the dumbest stuff. There's like one of you like peeking through pool noodles and like they're great. They're really great.
So stupid. Okay.
So anyway,
Anywho,
yeah, fun times.
Winnie the Pooh, but today we're gonna do Epcot.
Let's do Epcot. I think this time I have a correct list. I went on the Disney website itself, so we'll see.
All right. The thing with Epcot is a lot of the rides are, I feel like, new or like
Yes.
I'm trying to think, like there's a lot of rides have already been taken. They're already out.
Yeah. It's a very interesting list actually, because you're right. A lot of rides are newer, but also there are a few, like more than you think, that are like not, I mean, there's only 3 opening day attractions that still exist, which is wild. But
Oop.
just like it's weird to look
All
through
right,
and
let's
think
get
about.
started.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me
So
go. Are you gonna go in order again?
I will just do opening day ones first, and then we can do everything else.
Okay, great.
Okay, Spaceship Earth, obviously, opening day.
Duh. And that's obviously going to stay. However, I've said it before on the pod, and I'm still confused. I still don't understand. It needs to be, we need to add to the story.
Yes.
And I thought that was happening. There was like, I swear there
Me
was
too.
that it was happening and it was going to be closed for like a long time.
Yes, I thought so too, because I feel like we tried to like get on it one last time on one of your trips.
Correct. Because I was like, oh, it's going to be closed for like a while. So
Yeah.
I don't know if COVID had something to do with that, but also then they built that whole Moana thing. I have no idea, but I swear that has been said. So in 20 years, it's for sure that's going to be added, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah. I mean, where's it going to go? The ball is literally they call it a weenie, but like the ball is the weenie of Epcot. Like they're not going to take the ball away.
No way. And I just can't imagine, I can't imagine you like gut something out of that ride and put something else in. That would be the logistics of that. How?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody could do it, it's Disney, but you're right.
But
I don't. It needs updating. I love especially riding the end of it with AJ because he's so technology forward.
yeah.
That he actually calls out like some of the things in that video part where you say like, I want to live under the sea and I want to have a robot dog and whatever.
Yeah.
And then it like tells you a story. He's like, yeah, that's ChatGPT. That's, I don't know, like whatever technology, like we have that now. It does this. Like one of the things is like, you'll have an onboard travel planner that will suggest local places to go. And you're like, yeah, that's like normal now.
We can do that. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And the basic part of that ride needs an update.
Yeah. And like they could keep a lot of the historical stuff because obviously that's not going to change. But like,
no, and I think they should keep all of that because then, I mean, that's where I learned my history. Come on.
me too. Thank the
So,
Phoenicians.
exactly. So I want all of that to stay, but we have moved past having computers in our
Right.
home.
Right,
We
right,
don't have
right,
them on our hand, like in our hand, on
right,
right here, you know?
right. Agree.
Let's
It's similar to Carousel of Progress, where like it was cool at the time. Now we need to like move forward in time.
but like Spaceship Earth's way better than Carousel of Progress.
Well, I agree. I agree. I'm just more talking about the technology piece in the
Yeah.
last scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is I want to
let's-
guess can I guess the next opening attraction?
Yeah.
Is soaring?
No.
Shut up.
Also not on my list. What is happening?
Oh man. Figment?
No.
Oh. All right. Well, now I'm just making myself look like an idiot. Okay.
You were close with Soren in location.
Living with the Land.
Yeah.
That was an opening day attraction?
Allegedly. Don't at me if I'm wrong, but my brief 10 minutes of research before this recording says that Living with the Land, it used to be called something else. I don't remember what it was called, like Eating with the Land or something, but
I hope it stays.
me too. It used to have a really cute song that they don't play anymore, like called Living with the Land.
Well,
yeah.
Learns. Although it teaches you how to like keep plants alive, and that's one of my favorite rides. I don't know why, and I can't keep the plant alive. So maybe we can go back to the song instead of being informative.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I do feel they've made like a lot of good updates to it in time. Like now we have the Christmas overlay.
Yeah.
They're trying. They do like the food and garden, and the flower and garden. Sorry, like they show like foods.
Okay, I don't want to tell me if you think this is a good thought. I sort of feel like the People Mover was right. It was like a nobody really cared ride.
Yeah.
And I sort of think Instagram made it popular.
Oh, yeah, I smell where you're going. Yeah.
Like the Disney adult not phase. The Disney adult that has all been a thing within the last like 5 years. I feel like it's really blown up, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like we all made People Mover popular.
Totally.
And I kind of feel the same way about Living with the Land. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It was everybody would skip it ride, and then we all kind of love it.
Like rallied, yeah.
Yeah, and now it's it gets its love that it deserves, and I think that's probably why they've added more things like the Christmas overlay and stuff. I don't know, just a little theory I have.
No, I totally agree. I think it's always been a cool, like actually relatively cutting edge attraction in that they show like growth, like plant growth and maintenance techniques that like are amazing.
Yeah.
I don't understand them. I don't know how it works, but like hanging the roots outside of the plant and like spraying them every 4 days with a chemical helps them grow back. I don't know. It's amazing. Yeah. Like fish poop in the water and it makes them grow better. I don't know, but it's amazing.
Okay. Is it going to be here in 20 years?
Yes.
I agree, and I think it's going to be even cooler. Like they're going to have even more crazy plant growing technology.
Yeah, I agree. I could totally see something happening to a lot of the indoor, I guess the whole ride is indoors, but like the pre-greenhouse portions of that ride.
Yeah. Like we're like the stage.
Yeah, the stage, which is like a waste. It's just like a big screen.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, and I can't remember. I should go watch like old YouTube videos. I don't remember what was there before.
It was definitely like something that took up way more space than the screens.
Yeah, I agree. And then like in the fish area, they used to have alligators, and then like that tragic event happened, and so like no more alligators were allowed on property. So now there's just like, totally fair. But now there's just like empty alligator habitat. Yeah. So I feel like something could happen there.
Yeah, it's getting an update for sure.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, and then we have one more opening attraction left.
Yeah, you're never going to guess this one because I don't even think about it. AJ actually just mentioned it to me the other day. And I was like, you know about that?
Oh, then wait, is it the president's?
Yes. Yes. It's
Okay.
the American Adventure.
All right.
It's opening day. I haven't done it in at least a decade.
I did it after I remember this very specifically. I was with my grandparents. They made me do it. And it was after we ran our first half marathon
Yeah.
and I fell asleep.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, and I'm not really somebody who would just like fall asleep anywhere and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
With that being said, here's what I'll say. We can keep that one
Yeah.
if Hall of Presidents leaves.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm
There's
10 for 10. Agree. All the way.
there's no need for both.
Agree. And like one thing I really remember from the American Adventure is that like they have little ticks, each president. So it makes them look very alive. Like one, like, I don't know, itches his eyebrow, and one like breathes
Well,
funny.
if you do the big tour with like all the parks,
Yeah.
that's part of the tour, or it was when I did it years ago, and you
Yeah.
like really see their animatronics and
Cool.
like their skin and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
really cool. So, I mean, that doesn't make me want to go and ride the ride, but that can stay, I guess.
That doesn't make you want to go and ride the ride?
I mean, like I've already seen it. It's like the animatronic's not changing. It's the same
I know,
one.
but that just like makes me have so much more appreciation for it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but you know,
All right.
awake
All right.
again. He's
I hear him.
awake.
I hear him. Wah, wah, wah. American Adventure was great. Do you need to go get him?
I'm gonna let him fuss it out a little bit longer. We'll see.
All right. All right. Oh boy.
I know.
Okay. Soren. You mentioned Soren, so let's do it. Do you think it'll
That-
be here?
Yeah, that's absolutely staying.
Yeah, I agree. Especially because the way that it is, like inherently, you can update it so easily.
Yeah,
Like we have updated it,
exactly.
not
I
for
think
the better though.
we'll have a different video, but it will stay. Yeah. And
I
different
agree. Yeah, I do. Now that right now they have Soarin' Over California back, and I like remember it again.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
I always thought that was like way better.
Well,
And I
it's
think
not CGI.
Well, and I think it makes sense to have like Soaring Over California here, and then maybe put the world over in land because it is in California.
Oh, I actually feel the opposite way. I feel like
Oh.
because it's California Adventure Park, they should have Soarin' Over California.
All right, fine.
'Cause
Okay,
people like love themselves, right? Like
You're
not
right,
just
you're-
Californians, all people. So you want to like
You're right.
see your land represented. Oh
I
no.
I might have to go rescue him.
Quick pause.
Pause. Sorry.
Hi,
We're back.
Brooks is sore. We're back. And
We're
Brooks
gonna-
is with us.
And he's not gonna cry. Nope.
He's got his mom, so what more could he want? We're going to talk about his future at Epcot.
This whole conversation is because of you, actually.
That is true.
All right. We're back.
All right.
Where
While we're in the land pavilion, we're going to talk about something that you've probably never done. Awesome Planet.
I have never done it, so it's gone in 20 years. Why is it even there?
It's funny, we did it the other day, like a couple weeks ago, because we were waiting for someone. And it was cute, and it's narrated by Phil Dunphy. I don't know what the actor's name is, but the Modern
Is
Family
it a
guy.
video? Just a movie.
It's just a movie. But I feel like it's a hugely underutilized space. It's like huge auditorium seating, a full stage, and then the theater is like equipped. So like when it was showing like a hurricane, it was like windy in there and like yeah, it was kind of neat. So I was like, why are we wasting this technology? I mean, the video had like a good message and I get why it's there and whatever, but literally AJ and I were the only two people in the whole entire thing. So I'm like, what a waste of prime real estate.
Yeah, so that's going.
Yeah, but they could easily just like refab it to something else. And it used to be like a Pumbaa and Timon thing or something.
Yeah, I do remember seeing. Well, I've never done that, but I remember like seeing.
Yeah. So yeah, agree. That could be updated. Um, let's go over to the left now. We have Test Track.
I think Test Track will stay, but I could see it getting like updated into like a cool. I mean, it's the same track as like Cars, and Cars is so much cooler than
It is?
What?
It's the same?
I thought so, yeah.
It can't be the same. You think it's just like dual, like next to each other?
It
'Cause you, like,
basically
you
it's like
race.
maybe it's not the same exact track, but it's definitely the same like technology in building.
I mean, you're probably right. I just like never put those two things together.
Well, think about it. In Cars, you like stop and get your paint or your tires or whatever, and
Right.
instead, and you check on your tires or whatever. It's like on Test Track, you're checking the weather or
Yeah.
you know.
No, you are so right. I don't know why I never thought of it.
So I just think it could be cooler, but I know that Cars Land obviously doesn't fit in Epcot. So
Right. It's a tough one.
but I have a hot take.
Yeah, what is it?
Just thought of this. They have Guardians of the Galaxy over there now. Do we?
Yeah.
Which I love. Do we think that once we get, if this ever happens, because like right now Universal in Orlando has the Marvel comic like license or whatever, if World gets it, do we see like an Avengers campus type situation coming to Epcot?
I would
revolt.
I would personally revolt.
Okay.
I mean, it can go to like studios or something, but like Epcot, no.
Well, I'm just thinking because Guardians is already there.
But that's like because it's the galaxy, and I think that's like the space section.
You're right.
Which, like I get, at least it's like a reach for me, but at least it like kind of makes sense.
I guess, but it's also like, isn't Test Track in between those two now?
It's like Test Track, and then it's like Mission Space, and then it's like the empty building that used to be the Odyssey, or I forget what it's called. The old Wonders of Life, maybe. I don't remember what it was. The building that used to be a festival center, and now it's used for nothing. Yeah. Guardians. So,
All right.
It's a tough one.
Because we'll just keep going. Well, do you think Test Track's going to stay?
I think Test Track's going to stay, but I think it's also dependent on like, I think that ride always is very heavily relied upon its relationship with like a partner brand.
A car, yeah.
By like GM, and then I forget who does it now, which is probably
Chevy.
bad for them. Yeah, Chevy. Not because of the showroom part at the end necessarily, but like I think it's just part of the situation. So, but that ride has undergone actually quite a few updates already. So I don't know if it can like continue to be updated or if they need to remove it. It takes up a huge footprint.
Huge. But there's so many, I've said this before, I just think there's so many rides at Disney that they could like Disneyfy, we'll call it.
Yeah.
So imagine like the movie overlay that they could put on that ride.
Agreed.
However, the ones that I'm thinking about don't really fit like Epcot, but can you imagine like if they did Wreck-It Ralph and it's like the race?
Yeah, it'd be so cute.
So cute.
And it's funny you say that. I just read like a Disney history article that when Epcot opened, there was no IP. Like no Mickey, no characters. You could meet like a plastic faced Swedish girl or whatever, but like no IP. So that's all like pretty relatively new. And I know a lot of Epcot like originalists are like very anti any IP in that park, but that's we gotta move forward. Right. Like Maelstrom to Frozen is like a prime example. But it gets more people interested.
And I think it keeps kids relevant. I've also said this before, but I used to like not like Epcot as a kid, but now I think parents can take their kids there and they have stuff to look forward to, like Frozen.
Right.
So.
It's a fine line because I also like can remember Maelstrom and like the oil rigging scenes or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
oil drilling, and like the history of like the type of animals and nature that they have there, like the puffin birds and whatever. And yes, Frozen is based in Arendelle, which is a historic or a
In Norway.
town, but it's like in Norway, right?
Yeah.
So it's still relevant. Like it makes sense in that area. I get it. I think it's a great ad. But it's losing like some of the educational
Yeah. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a little of both for me.
Fair.
Like if they did a Wreck-It Ralph overlay on Test Track, amazing. And like designing your own Sweetums mobile or whatever they're called.
It'd be so awesome.
But like I would hope that they would keep the elements of like fuel efficiency versus speed versus
right.
It teaches you like you can't have it all. You have to like value what you value. If it just became like, do you want sprinkles on your wheels or icing? Like it's cool, but it's not teaching us anything. And I feel like that was the whole point of Epcot. So
I get what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. So I think Test Track will stay. I also, now that I'm thinking about it, can't actually think of a ride ever. Maybe you are better at this than me. That has been just like demolished to take place for a new one. I guess maybe like a dark ride, like we had Mr. Toad's and that's gone now. But like Test Track would be like a major gut. Like they would have to take out like a huge thing and then build from scratch like a whole new structure. So not that it's not possible. Maybe Guardians is the same. I know that was my favorite, the Ellen's Energy Adventure. Oh my God, I loved that ride.
No.
Yes, that ride was awesome.
No.
Yes.
It was so
Ellen. So what?
Long.
You're complaining about the length of a ride when the last episode you complained about the 6 seconds of joy on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train?
Because on Ellen's, it was like 60 minutes and it wasn't joy.
Oh, I loved it. Those dinosaurs, when the door opened and you were like in that dinosaur room, they were real.
Okay.
That was awesome. That was so cool. Sorry, I would take that over Guardians any day, but that's because I can't ride Guardians. So
that's like the hottest take ever.
I know. Hot take. Give Ellen's back. But
okay,
just for the most part, I think taking Test Track out would be hard just because of the footprint. I mean, it would give them a lot of space, but it also would be like a big thing to take out.
I agree. Okay, next to it is the worst ride in the history of ever.
Agree. Mission Space.
That's got to go. It's got to go yesterday.
I don't know anybody that likes that ride. I'm sure they're out there, and like I hope that we hear from them next week once this airs. But no,
absolutely not.
And like perhaps because the Imagineers did too good of a job.
I agree. Yeah.
Like I mean, people like space astronauts have ridden it and been like, yes, this is identical to going to space, like a simulator, whatever. It's like this the same as like the Kennedy Space Center or whatever. So like maybe they just nailed it too hard, but
I almost
it's a no.
I mean, I'm a ride gal. I'll do rides. It's the claustrophobic thing for me that you get like so squished into this little tiny thing. So maybe they could redo it because I don't know what they would put there.
Like a Wall-E ride. Give me a Wall-E ride in space.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah. I don't know. That can go. But I don't know. I was just thinking of like what they like. I'm thinking about the footprint of that ride and what they could put there. But I bet they could just I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because you wouldn't. I mean, you just complained about the literal ride vehicle and like it. I'm sure is intentionally small because being in a spaceship is small, shuttle. But you'd have to replace it. right?
See, I think if those rides go in 20 years, I think that whole area is going to be built into some sort of different land. And
Oh,
it's going to
really?
be
Like
all
what?
themed in a certain way.
Like what? Give me a
I,
theme.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's my theory here.
Okay. I mean, I could see us going back to like the human body and like learning more about science and like that kind of stuff. That could be interesting. Like maybe a
Yeah.
magic school bus moment where you like shrink to the size of a blood cell and like I think that was actually the ride, the one of the attractions that's
All right.
older than I am. But like that could be cool. But I think also space is like only just beginning, right?
Right.
Like
Right. So maybe
it's
that, I don't know.
I know.
We're going to know these answers, but we're going to forget about this conversation by the time it happens.
Yeah, it's true. Well, no, I'll remember. I'll
Yeah.
remember it.
Okay.
Um, okay, that I think is everything on that side. We can hop back over to the right to talk about my favorite pavilion, which is the seas. Although now these things are called like different names again, like World Discovery and some stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, but the seas, the building with the big fish tank in it.
Okay. It's obviously staying because you can't just like relocate that. And what are you
Right.
going to do with the animals? We briefly talked about this last week about Finding Nemo. I mean, I think it's gonna stay because, like, you're right. What are they gonna build? They like that's in the fish tanks.
Right.
I suppose if there's ever a time where Finding Nemo becomes irrelevant, there will be some new like underwater movie that they could
Yeah.
change the overlay, but the ride itself will probably stay.
Yeah, agree. I also, do you remember what was there before it was the Nemo ride? Was there a ride there that was just like unthemed?
You're right. I don't know because that has to be kind of new-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Again, we
Was
always
the
have more questions than answers.
Were the tanks there like before Nemo?
The tanks have been there forever.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the tanks are like historic. Then and that I believe is the second largest aquarium in North America. I think the biggest one is the Georgia Aquarium, and then this is the second.
Yeah, which is insane.
Amazing. Yeah. And like shout out to the male dolphin bachelor pod there. They're so cute and so freaking smart. It's ridiculous.
I mean, we've talked about that before, but I mean, it's really, I feel like it's almost underrated, that whole building that you just paid for a ticket and you can go in and see this like aquarium. Because I mean, we went to the Boston Aquarium and those tickets are probably like $50. And I think the Seas is at Epcot is better than the Boston Aquarium. Don't at me.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. It's better than any aquarium. I mean, maybe I don't know. SeaWorld has some pretty cool stuff too, but
Well, right. But
no, the seas is amazing. And not only can you see like obviously the fish in the fish tank, they also have coral exhibits of how they're like learning to regenerate coral, which is so more important than ever before. And just like a lot of educational, like small exhibits. They have like little baby clownfish that are Nemos, but like the real Nemo.
Nemo's, yeah.
Yeah. And like a blue, what is she called? A blue tang. And like blue tangs in
It's
a tank.
really, really cool.
Yeah, it's very underrated. They also have Lou and Joe, the manatees.
The manatees. I was just gonna say the manatees.
And those are all, I don't get me started on wildlife conservation. They were like saved from the ocean. They would be dead if they weren't living at Disney. And like the national government has stated for their protection that they will stay there forever.
Yeah.
To live their best life.
It's just, I don't know. I just think it's like underrated.
I do too. Amazing, amazing area. Also down there, Turtle Talk with Crush.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good. It follows the same kind of trend as our love for the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Yes.
Because it's like a live human somewhere speaking as Crush. Like,
here's my take on that. I think it's really cool right now. Obviously, I think both of those attractions are so cool with that
Yeah.
technology. But knowing where we've come in 20 years with technology, if we're talking in 20 years, I think that technology is going to be so like nobody's going
Oh
to care
yeah.
much. So I don't know if it will still exist because it's just going to be like not as cool.
That's like tough because like I said earlier about soaring over California, people are very like into themselves, myself included, all people. And so I think that being like called out, people love that. People like love that you like recognize me, whatever. So there it
Yeah.
might be like a change in the technology. Right now, I think it's literally like a camera situation where they see like and try to listen to you. But
Yes.
like with magic bands knowing stuff about you, like your birthday and where you're from and whatever, maybe Crush is gonna say like, "Oh, the people from Louisiana, raise your hand," and like,
Oh my God.
knowing,
Can you imagine? It's
yeah,
so creepy though.
so creepy. But like, I think that's just we're getting more and more used to
The creep.
sharing that information every day. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the creep.
The creep.
Okay. So and also that could be something else. Could it turn into like an educational situation? Maybe. I don't know. It's basically just a little theater room. So,
And also, it goes into my same point of like if Nemo is still relevant in 20 years.
right. But
Or
I can't imagine it won't be.
I can't imagine it won't be either, but there may become just a new like underwater movie,
That's true.
you know?
I support that. Um, oh, you agree, Brooks?
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go over to the Imagination Pavilion.
Okay.
Okay, my boy Figment.
I
He's
mean,
there.
he's classic. I have my own opinions, but I do think he'll stay. I mean, but okay.
Could you imagine, like, what if they made like a Figment movie?
Then he would become more popular. I could see that ride getting an overhaul, to be honest, and becoming
Yeah.
better. Because here's my thought process. There are Figment stands. We all know that.
Yes.
And we all know that he is like history in that park.
Yes.
However, if you're going from like a perspective of why does that ride only have like never have more than a 5-minute wait,
Right.
we need to maybe up it a little bit to like why aren't people wanting to ride it, you know?
I totally agree. And I think that the concept is there. Like the whole concept of that ride is like the senses, the five senses.
Yes.
And that's cool and like very educational. Good lesson. I think that Figment, like a figment of your imagination, is a cool concept.
Yes.
But yeah, it could definitely be updated. I mean, it could literally be dusted. Like it's dusty.
I don't think Figment is going anywhere. And I don't think like that whole like imagination that is not going anywhere. However, I do see that particular ride like being gutted and maybe becoming more interactive.
Or more modern. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I see.
I agree with you. I think that imagination is like a concept that should always be there, like the imagination pavilion.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot could be changed. And I agree with you. I think Figment will stay, but maybe he'll become more modern.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Here's one that I forgot existed, but also I don't know. The Disney Pixar Short Film Festival.
So that I think is just a placeholder, like as it is.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It just like got thrown in there out of like so randomly. So yeah, that's just a placeholder for something, and something's going to be there within 5 years.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I will say with one little side note that, again, I haven't done it in forever, but the last time I did it, I actually loved the pre-show. They talked a lot about Pixar Studios, and I think it was before Disney Plus came out, so now a lot of this is like general knowledge, but it was so cool to hear like the origin story of like
I
how
no, I
Pixar was
love
formed. And
it. Like shows like 3 shorts, and they're so cute. Which, like you just said, they're now on Disney Plus, so you can like watch them more. But I loved it. I thought it was great.
yeah,
It's a great little take a break ride. But
yeah, definitely a nice little take a break ride. But we saw, I mean, like Captain EO was there previously, and that like didn't resonate with me at all. It's because of my age, maybe, because I
yeah,
don't know. But like at the time, the people who were into Captain EO, because it was like a Michael Jackson thing and whatever, it was like cutting edge, super
yeah,
hip, like people loved it. And then like all of a sudden garbage.
I think it's. But yeah. I just still think it's a placeholder. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a placeholder. Um, okay. We didn't talk, whoops, about Guardians. I mean, we kind of did, but it's pretty new, so I feel like it's going to be around for at least 20 years.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's silly to talk about. Okay, now the last thing before we go out to the countries is Moana, which you haven't done yet, right?
I haven't done it yet, right? So I can't really say. However, in the same sentence that you just said about Guardians, it's new, so I see it staying.
Agree. I also think um due to its location, size, layout, whatever, it's really just like the perfect place filler. Like you couldn't put anything there. It's too small.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't
Is
have enough imagination, but
is there a place near it? I still can't like grasp where it is for some unknown reason. Is there a place near it where they can grow it and like put like a whole Moana ride,
I
perhaps?
don't I don't think so. It's like really squished in there, to
Oh,
my understanding,
yeah.
I think. But it's really cool. I will recommend that anybody who's visiting do it. Also, I was happily surprised to see that there was not a wait the last time I went. Um, I would say to temper your expectations because it is a walkthrough attraction. It's not like a ride at all.
You're right.
There's no ride. So it's very much just like an interactive queue situation. Like the queue is the experience.
And like
But
aesthetically pleasing.
oh, it's beautiful. It's super educational. It talks about all the parts of water like rain, rivers,
Yeah.
whatever. So it's super cool. Um, the Moana elements are beautiful. The Imagineering parts of it are really cool. There's like stomp on this thing and make it rain, or like walk through the water and it parts ways when you
Yeah, I've
walk
seen
through it. Like it's
it's
cool.
really yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
But
Okay. But what?
it's staying.
Oh yeah, I think it's staying. Grand Fiesta Tour starring the three caballeros.
Okay. Hmm. Whoa. I I could see that getting like nothing is gonna like take its uh-oh. You want it to stay? You've never even written it. Um, I think it like is what is gonna go there. It would just be end up being like an empty space, but I could see it getting like an overhaul and becoming a maybe a better ride.
Agree. I could see it being like Coco themed, for
Yeah,
example, or like
yeah,
I wish. I mean, I understand it's Mexico and Encanto isn't in Mexico; it's in Colombia. But like Encanto would make like a sick ride
oh yeah,
anywhere ever.
yeah.
But like Coco would be like an easy fix. I feel.
I actually feel like that's probably already in the works.
I would hope so. I'm like it's seeming. I don't. I'm speaking from my butt here, but I feel like that wouldn't be a hard thing to update. Like it's still
Right.
Mexico. It's still like
Correct.
fiesta themed. It's still I don't know.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So
Not that we
that could get updated. Side note, do you remember that ride when it didn't have animatronics?
no.
Yeah, there was just like a film on the stage at the end.
How boring.
Yeah, I know. I remember the first time, like recently in the 2000s, that I went on it and it had the characters again, and I was like, "Whoa!"
I
So,
love the fireworks part of it. I think
I do too. The fireworks part is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Frozen Ever After.
I think that's staying. I could
I
see
do
it
too.
getting like updated maybe and like adding in parts of like Frozen 2, and if they continue on the Frozen movie train, maybe, but I think it's staying.
Yeah, I think it's definitely staying. It's a good ride. It's cool technology.
And it's newer, like new-ish. Not really anymore,
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's relatively new. I agree. All right, that's staying. I think the last one in the country is Remy, Ratatouille's Cheese Adventure or whatever it's called.
cheese. I mean, again, that one's also new, and I think it's staying.
I do too. It's cool technology. I haven't been on it in years now. Like I went on it for a cast preview and then I haven't been on it again. But it was cool.
That ride though, it's so funny. This is the one ride where like Kyle and I rode it for the first time when we got off. We were like, that was so awesome. We loved every second of it. And then we rode it again and we like really liked it. And then we probably rode it a third time, like within separate trips. And we got off. We were like, that was all right.
Yeah. I kind of agree. I mean, I remember when I wrote it, I did feel also a little motion sickness,
Yeah.
which is hilarious, but it happens. So that's a whole, I don't think previously utilized part of the park where that was. Where
I
it
don't
is.
think, no.
So, I mean, like, could they put something new there? Sure. But like, that's not going to happen in the next 20 years.
No, I think it's going to stay.
Yeah.
I
it's
can
also
see
like
that
themed
ride
well.
though that kids like think is hilarious. So
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think it's staying. That was our hot take, is like it was just so I've never really had that feeling of riding a ride and being like we loved every second of it, to like riding it 2 more times and being like, that was like all right.
Yeah.
It was like it just happened so fast. I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah. You like your entertainment level fell off.
Like so quickly. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, are you like, do you love the movie?
I mean, I like the movie, but I'm not like
you don't like put it on regularly.
Right. Yeah. I'm not like his biggest fan or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll stay.
It's definitely gonna stay. Just saying.
Yeah, and it's a cute little area back there too. Like even beyond the ride.
I agree. I think I feel like they could put it in like a restaurant over there.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have a like a Ratatouille themed restaurant. That would be legit.
Probably coming.
Yeah, maybe coming soon.
Yeah.
I think that's all of the rides. I don't know. One thing I thought was interesting to consider is that takes up a lot of space. All of the stages or like performing venue spots in each country.
Yeah.
So I think that it's cool. Like Canada, when we were there on Friday, was like banging. People were like living and dying for Canada music.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's just like a drunk person thing or like, I don't know, but was bringing the crowds and like probably relatively inexpensive. Like you just have to pay the musicians, which aren't cheap, but
like all those stages and things are gonna stay. And I remember seeing like all those like I'm gonna call them street performers doing their thing like when I was younger, like years and years and years ago. So I don't think that's going anywhere.
Well, but a lot of the stuff you're talking about, the good stuff, I feel like is gone. Like the man in France who used to like stand on the chairs. I don't know where is he there? Servant or whatever he's called.
I feel like I've seen that relatively recently.
I feel like I haven't seen him in decades.
Okay, so maybe I'm making that up.
And the acrobats also haven't seen those since COVID.
All right. Well, maybe they're slowly coming back, but I think those spaces need to stay for that reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Those things I think were really cool. And then the last other thing that I kind of forgot about was like there's all the weird circle vision movies like Canada, Oh Canada 360 or whatever, and like China and France.
Okay, so I think those are there for the whole like learning aspect of it. But I also kind of could see them being like placeholders for like cooler things eventually.
Yeah, like China deserves like way more than what's there now. I mean, they all do, but like
that area is huge.
the area is huge. And like, what really is there right now that appeals to guests? There's like
not really a whole lot. And I don't know about you, but when was the last time you walked back there?
That's what I mean. Actually, we walked back the other day because I wanted to look at the quick service menu. But other than that, there's like that whole pavilion is, and it's beautiful on the outside, like the gardens and the water and like
yes,
stuff is beautiful. And inside, I know there's a lot of neat historical like artifacts that you can look at.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I know like the Circle Vision movie, it was cool, but also like very one and done. Nobody's gonna like go to that every time they go to Epcot.
Exactly.
So yeah, I feel like a lot could be done with the pavilions that don't have like a proper attraction.
Agreed.
So
that's why I think maybe they're like placeholders and that they'll eventually be something.
But like China, what do you mean? That's been its placeholder its whole life. Canada, that's been its placeholder its whole life.
I'm just saying.
They're just like waiting.
Yeah. I don't know what they're waiting. Oh.
We need to come out with like a Canada movie then. Like a
yeah, they don't there is a couple of different movies that could go in China.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Just saying.
Yeah. Lots of opportunity to be had.
Agreed. But they're making moves over in Epcot.
They are. They're making moves. I still
they basically just gutted the whole front of the park and redid it. So you never know what's coming.
Do you even remember like Innovations East and West?
I mean, it feels like I do remember it, but I remember there used to be, I don't know, I think it was East. There was like a place where you made your own roller coaster and then you got to go around like wild.
Sponsored by Raytheon. Yeah.
Yes.
That one was super cool. Some of All Thrills, that was called. There was a really cool, I'm a loser. There was like a piggy bank game on the other side that was all about like saving and spending and like managing your money. And like AJ and I loved that one.
Oh, that's great.
There was a fire truck one where you could learn about like fire safety. There was a hurricane, like a storm.
Yes, I do remember that one.
Later in life, like right before it closed, there was like Colortopia and that really cool, I think it was by like Glidden Paints or something.
Yes.
That was really cool and it's gone. Yeah. And that I always assumed would be like Innovations East and West. I always assumed would be a space that would just like grow and change through time.
Yeah.
And it's just gone. Like, bye, gone.
Yeah.
So you never know.
You really don't. That's what I mean. It's like, sure, we're like saying all our opinions and it's going to be totally wrong.
Yeah. And also interesting to note, like fireworks, especially in that park, have changed like 6,000 times.
Yeah.
Like it was the same fireworks for like since the beginning of time. And then all of a sudden, like 10 different fireworks shows in 3 years. Because
they can't like get anybody to like it as much as the original.
Yeah, which is wild because I like hated Illuminations. I mean, it was fine, but
lived for that.
People absolutely lived for it.
So,
yeah.
There's something for everyone, all right?
There is something for everyone.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. That's all we got.
Next week, we'll have to do Hollywood Studios, which is going to be wild because I was thinking about this one recently and like that whole park is basically new, it feels.
Yep, it is. That park has changed so much.
Wild.
Yeah, so that'll be an easy one to do, I bet.
For sure.
Star Tours can go. Hot take.
That already, yeah, absolutely.
I'll just lead with that.
Too good. All right. You got anything else?
No, except I'm super proud of Brooks over there for like chilling and grilling.
Thanks for, well, he's asleep now. He really likes contact naps.
I love that. He also likes the soothing tones of my voice.
That's probably exactly what it is. Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's my Aunt Courtney. Hello.
Nope, just
Like,
asleep.
you're stuck now. Like,
I know.
how
It's
long do you
fine.
think he'll nap?
On me, he'll take like a 2 hour nap.
And you can't just like get him to fall asleep on you and then like put him down gently.
That's what Kyle did, and he's like in his full little suit still.
Yeah. So can't you just like put him down now?
I could go try, but he'll probably start crying again in like 20 minutes.
Ugh.
It's weird because he went through a phase where I would do this and then I'd put him down and he would stay asleep for like 2 to 3 hours. It was amazing. That's when I got my workout in. I was working. It was like, okay, we are on a great routine. I was potting. It was like, this is gonna be great. And then
Yeah.
we're kind of switched down where if he gets put down, it's like 20 minutes and he's like crying. But like
We
everyone,
learned-
like there was Saturday, we were having people over and we put him down for a nap. We were like, oh, for sure, he's going to be up in a few minutes. He slept for 3 hours.
Amazing.
He's just like, right now, we went through a good like 2 weeks of the solid 3 hour naps, and now we're never know what we're going to get.
Keeping you on your toes.
Exactly. Oh, well, got nothing else to do, so.
He's a good kid.
You're all right, huh? He's asleep.
No. That is, I still don't understand how people can like scream around their baby and they like stay asleep. Not that you were screaming, but like once a baby's out, they're just like out.
Have you met his dad? He's like so used to the hooting and hollering. Good grief.
True. Very true. Very true.
Alrighty.
Well, good luck with your plants. I will say that I hope that you do a little plant research.
Okay, thanks. Remind me.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, deal.
Good luck at your Lululemon class.
Thank you. Pray for me.
I will.
A boot camp. I don't know.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
All right.
Alrighty.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.